could be anything. Why not be earnest?
Josh.
Paula.
What did you get me for the holidays? For our annual Being Earnest gift exchange. Let's reveal our presents on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What if I had a perfectly wrapped gift? Wouldn't you feel so much worse?
I would feel so much worse. So listeners, here's what's going on. We've been doing this podcast long enough that over the past couple of weeks and or months, we've realized that we set ourselves up to do things annually. So for example,
and mostly because sometimes we do stuff on this podcast and we go, this is an annual tradition. And then the next year we're like, what the hell did we say?
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that we remembered that we said there was going to be a tradition in the first place, but we did. And we thought about it a week ago. And then we did nothing about it. So theoretically, we should have gotten gifts for each other based on a theme. Last year, it was spooky. This year, we didn't.
Well, do you know what would be the thing is, Josh, we should be getting each other presents every week.
Every week?
Yeah, why leave it for Christmas? Why leave it for our annual holiday episode? It should be an every week thing. Every week we start the pod by revealing what we got each other that week.
Well, Paula, I'll say that making this podcast with you every week is my gift. To your presence is the gift to me. That's all the gift I need.
Aww.
It took me 4 tries to get there, but I said it.
Yes. I'll send you my Amazon wish list.
Okay, perfect.
Very expensive.
Yeah, nothing less than $300 there.
Nothing less.
And it's half practical stuff like kitty litter and half totally impractical stuff like very like specific recreations of of outfits from reality shows that you watch.
Wait, you're telling me that's not practical?
Welcome to Being...
Have you seen a Real Housewives? These women are wearing the fanciest clothes. That's practical.
I would love the idea.
Showered in, like, I don't know. It feels like decades. Can you imagine if I was sitting here also wearing a $15,000 dress?
I was going to say you show up to your work Monday meeting sync on Zoom and it's just like, she's got gloves on.
And those gloves are covered in diamonds. Must be from Josh. Must be from the podcast. Okay, let's play a quick game. Let's say we were going to give each other a gift right now.
Okay.
And the theme is friendship.
Okay.
What would we hypothetically get each other? And describe the packaging.
Okay, the theme is friendship. So I'm just going to talk through my process to get to there. So because it's friendship, I'd want something that both of us could have, or there's either that it's both of us have it, or there's a like yin and yang kind of like one of us has half of something. I think maybe what I would get is I'd like do a play on a friendship bracelet where I'd try to find some kind of bracelet or something like that for each of us. But that was just like maybe just a really, really, really dirty Livestrong. Something like that.
Clearly
like a completely inappropriate. Yeah, exactly. Like an old, like buy 2 very specific, like Carrie's 13th Livestrong bracelets that someone made for their bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, and then we can wear and just have.
Do you know what my favorite trend about? Now, I guess they were the Livestrong bracelets, but like those rubber band bracelets that said things.
Yeah. It was basically, it started with the Livestrong ones, and then they made like everyone copied it, and it was just for 2 years people were making them. My
favorite thing is that sometimes you would get those as promotional materials.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you would go to the dentist and they would give you a bracelet that said like Dr. Pepper, that's not a real name, Dr. Pink's dental office. And then you would just be expected to like wear that. Like they made those being like, oh, people are going to love these.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm not going to put like an active, like an Acton Dental Associates, either Livestrong or even like when people were giving out pop sockets, like the things that you put on the back of your phone so that you don't have to use your hands. It's like, I'm not going to put a randomly branded pop socket on my phone.
Like maybe that works for people who like have a strong allegiance to that company. Like, first off, if it's something like Nike, or like second off, if it's like you work there. But why would just a random person want that? I just love the energy. Or like you would get them at like a street fair and it would just be like a real estate agent's booth.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like at properties.
At least with like a pen, that's something you can use. What a crazy world we live in.
Yeah, and there was a phase there where people would put as many on their arms as they possibly could.
Yeah. It's like the world saw these rubber band bracelets and we're like, what?
Welcome to Being Earnest, a very sincere podcast. I'm Josh.
Rubber bands?
And we're here to bring you the earnest and sincere news of the day. That was all the intro. That was all intro.
It was all intro. And that's a wrap. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Our new thing is we don't have any middle parts of the story. Paula, what's our topic this week?
Our topic this week is episode 81, Cheer.
Called shot that it's episode 81. It is going to be episode 81.
I think so. I hope so.
Yes.
Josh, what do you like about cheer?
Well, there's a lot of types of cheer.
Sure.
So we're all expected to have holiday cheer this time of year, huh?
Forced to. Forced to. If you don't, straight to the gulag.
I like
it's the most wonderful time of the year. What part of the song do you not understand?
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year, damn it.
Hey, weirdo.
Yeah, every Christmas carol has comma asshole or comma damn it at the end of it.
Listen up, jerkwad. We're walking in a winter wonderland.
It's a silent night, dillweed.
Josh, would you describe yourself as a festive person?
Ooh, that's a really interesting question. So I am...
Thank you. It's almost like I created a whole card game with questions with you.
Yes. That if you didn't get one, you should put yourself on the wait list. NoWronganswersGame.com.
We have more coming.
I would say that, so I am not festive in the sense that like I'm not putting up Christmas or Hanukkah or any of those like decorations. I'm not getting in the like spirit of the season or whatever it might be. But for example, if I were to go to a themed party or if there's a specific dress code for a party, I'm all in on that. Like I did our holiday party for my office was formal or party attire on top because it was all on Zoom, which was kind of fun. So like, you know, I went all out with it and had like very funny pajama bottoms versus like a very much more formal top. So I'm festive in that way. I'm like,
I take it you're kind of the wacky guy in the office.
Oh yeah, I'm the class clown.
Kind of get you're the office goofball.
Yeah, kind of zany, and we don't know what he's gonna do. So I would say that I'm if there is a reason to celebrate, I'm all in on the celebration. But I don't think I'm like traditionally festive in the holiday season sense. How about you?
Right. Well, I mean, I love the holidays. I would describe my overall vibe as festive, I think. Mm-hmm. Whether or not it's for Christmas, I think I enjoy a festivity. That being said, can I tell you my little problem?
Sure.
With Christmas. I'm talking about Christmas specifically. My little problem is it lasts too long. It lasts too long, and it is so all-encompassing. It is like for the week before Thanksgiving through January 2nd, all shit is Christmas themed.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Christmas. It's just like sometimes I just want to go to a store, you know, and I don't want Jingle Bells playing, or I just want to go to a restaurant and like I don't need it all to be like Christmas themed food. I mean, I'm talking specifically about the Starbucks drive-thru in that experience.
Okay, yes.
I do really like the holidays. I think that I wish that we could just be like, hey, 7 days leading up to Christmas and 1 day after, we're going all in, guys. And then everyone goes all in on being festive. And then it just makes it feel more special.
Yeah, and this is not a knock on anyone who is like, I live for Christmas season. It's just
It's weird, but it's not a knock on you.
I agree with you fully, Paula. It's this like, it's like you have to keep up this act and it keeps getting longer and longer because in some areas it's not even Thanksgiving. It's Halloween, and you're like, out with the spooky, in with the cheer.
Yeah, and it's like I love a dash of it, but it's so much.
It's almost like we've all that the Christmas carols are necessary for our well-being, and and you have to do it once a year. You need like that much vitamin Christmas, and if you don't get the vitamin Christmas by the end of the year, something bad will happen health-wise. And so everyone's like, oh shoot, we waited until the very end, we got to get in our vitamin C,
you gotta get them all in. I was supposed to be doing one a week.
Yeah, right, exactly. I haven't flossed for years.
Well, and you know, I mean, and everyone loves everything on their own way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a Christmas Carol household. I personally am not playing too many Christmas carols except for the Mariah Carey anthem and the Kelly Clarkson one.
Yeah, and it's definitely like growing up Jewish, it's, I think, more prevalent earlier. You realize how long the whole season goes for, because it's just like, I remember growing up and my parents just being like, we can't listen to the radio right now. You know, the like 6 preset stations you have in your car, maybe one is not in Christmas mode for an entire month and a half.
Yes. You know, it really is like, and again, I really like Christmas. Like this week, I really, really like, but like it is absurd because there is nothing else that we go all in for like this.
Yeah, what if we were like...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what if we were like, oh, fuck yeah, Arbor Month?
I was just going to say Arbor Day. Like, what if for a full month it was like, shut up what you're doing, buy these festive sweaters, put these antlers on your car, it's Arbor Month.
Yeah, exactly.
Little trees.
No, it could be, no, there's woodland creatures in the trees.
Yeah. I think we should either do every month is a different theme and you have to go all in, or you get 1 week of Christmas, but all in on Christmas.
So it's either you have to spread the festivities or it's a concentrated week of Christmas. That uncut Christmas shit.
Yes. Yes. I think that'd be fun.
I think it would be, it's almost like the Purge in a way.
Sure. Also, murder's legal.
Yeah, murder's legal for that week as well.
You know what I have been thinking about so much this holiday season?
What?
The Grinch.
Yeah.
The little green guy.
Yeah, well, because they did a live thing, didn't they, recently? They did a live thing on NBC. I didn't watch it either.
I'm allergic to that.
To watching live TV musicals?
To watching live TV musicals, yeah. It's like, I love musicals so much, but do you ever, like, in the middle of watching something from a musical, just think to yourself, this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen a human being do?
Paula, I grew up going to theater camp, and then I did madrigals, and then I did a cappella, and then now I do improv. So, yes, I've experienced it both as an audience member and as the person doing it.
Like, you're like, I really love this, but oof. And I, again, say that as I've done improv for many years. But what I've been thinking about is the Grinch is, first off, that guy just wanted to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me if I'm wrong. And we're putting we're doing canon. We're doing the old school Grinch, not the Jim Carrey or Matthew Morrison one.
Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah, that was just a guy who wanted to move to the mountaintop with his dog, drink his little sludge or whatever, and leave him the heck alone.
Mm-hmm.
He is like our 2020 role model. He's alone. He's socially distanced. He's taking part in new little hobbies. Let him be.
He adopted a dog.
Yeah. But he's kind of our 2020 king. But then all the little who's done in Whoville, not only were they not comfortable with him not wanting to be a part of all their stuff, the song You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, which we can only assume is, the anthem of Whoville, that is the meanest song that anyone has ever sang about another person.
Yeah, it's that kind of biting criticism that really hurts more. You know what I mean? Like it's not even a diss track. It's just like it's so specific.
Yeah, it's like they've been watching him even when he didn't think he was being watched.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, I don't even want to be socially distant from 6 feet away. I don't want to touch you with a 25.5-foot pole.
39.5 foot.
It's the 39.5 foot.
Yes. Looking at this, they literally say, you're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul. Well, no wonder he wanted to steal your Christmas, you little assholes. You've
got garlic in your souls feels like a vaguely anti-Italian slur as well. Because all these little Aryan who's don't want someone who looks different with their ski slope noses.
They say you've got garlic in your soul. Then just 2 verses later, they say your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk. That is so me. And later they say your soul is an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up and tangled up knots. Yeah, the Grinch gets to destroy your Christmas. Like, absolutely. If you say that about a person, they're allowed to sneak into your house and steal your presents. Also, can we talk about how the Grinch is just hanging up on a mountaintop, wants nothing to do with these people? Can you imagine him turning on the radio one day and there's just a man saying, "You're a rotter, Mr. Grinch."
And the slow realization,
Mr. Grinch, you're a crooked, dirty jockey. What? Wouldn't he be like, what?
Yeah, I feel like it would be, if I were the Grinch in that moment, I feel like the first thing would be like, wait, hold on a second. Why do they keep saying my name? And then by verse 2, you're like, there's got to be a punchline here. Like, when do they turn this around where it's like, oh, it's all been a joke and we love the guy who lives up on the mountain. And then it finishes. And I feel like there's like a 1, 2, 3, and then it cuts to the outside of the mountain. You just see a radio flying, being thrown.
And the most buck wild part is they wrote this incredibly cruel song about a man who just wants to be left alone. Not a mention of the holiday season. And they're like, and it's a Christmas song. This is festive. Our hatred for you is part of the season.
Our fires burn based on the kindling of your personality.
Like, it is absolutely the most cruel thing I've ever heard a person say.
Also, the fact that it takes a small child without prejudice to have the Grinch, like, the town to turn around and be like, yeah, maybe we were bad.
The town does not get enough blame in this.
Yeah, because the other thing is, like, another way to look at this is like the Grinch has just been there and this is his native land. And these religious extremists plop down a town right at the edge of the mountain and are forcing their morals on that whole area.
Yes.
You remember this from Thanksgiving? Do you remember how this turned out?
You remember this from a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that poor Grinch. You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your smile. Steal those presents. Smother those kids with chloroform. Whatever you need to do.
What?
Isn't that a scene? Isn't that a scene from when he sneaks into the house?
I guess maybe. It's been a minute since I've seen it.
I don't know. It's either a scene from that or it's a scene from the Simpsons parody.
And who's to say which one is true?
Who's to say?
Paula, are you ready? Okay, let's talk about cheerleading.
I just did the most incredible high kick. My camera glitched, so Josh didn't see it. But listeners, it was so the Rockettes hold on, the Rockettes are calling. Hello? Oh I'm available. Okay, I'm signed.
Wow, it's that easy.
And it's that easy.
Paula, you were a teenage cheerleader, right?
I was not a teenage cheerleader. I was a child cheerleader. I did like a thing in, I want to say like 6th grade. So I know the very rudimentary basics, but by the time high school came about, I had drunk the speech team Kool-Aid so hard that I would not put anything in the way of creative expression categories.
Got it.
But I could tell you the basics of cheerleading.
Please, could you enlighten our listeners who maybe haven't been cheerleaders like myself?
All right. So when you clap, it's not an open palm, kind of a cupped hand. Do you hear the difference?
Listeners, we're going to be doing a lot of audio work today, so just be ready for that.
So much better.
Resonance.
Resonant. And my school colors were teal and black, and that is all I can tell you.
And so everyone's school colors are teal and black now.
They all are. But Josh, let me ask you a question about cheerleading.
Please.
If cheerleading's canceled, not in like a dramatic, they did something bad. It's just like, you know what? Cheerleading can't happen right now. Cheerleading's in trouble. What else would you do on the sidelines of a game to motivate the players?
I feel like it would be kind of like for me personally, if someone were like, here's the meal you're going to have if you win, and here's the meal that you're going to have if you lose. I'd play even harder.
And what are they? One's dirt.
Yeah. One is like the meal that you want is like, I don't know, like I'm a fancy burger boy, you know, that kind of situation, or like a really nice kind of like a home cooked like roast chicken with like mashed potatoes, like that kind of like really kind of like
they're cooking that on one sideline.
Yes, and on the other sideline, it's like a limp salad bar salad.
Ooh,
you know, we're
like a sad one.
Yeah,
or maybe
we're
it's
like
the full salad bar, but it's just like the soggy lettuce and like the beans that have been open for months.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they're actually out of a couple of the trays.
Yeah,
like it's the good things. There's a label, but they're out.
And it looks so good what they're out of.
Right, exactly. And all that's left is like, I wouldn't leave an egg out there for that long. Like that hard-boiled egg should not be there any longer. It's a little bit like, is that green?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the only dressing that's left is it's either just olive oil. Like, you know, they usually have like olive oil and vinegar. The vinegar's out. So it's just olive oil. Or it's that, it's the raspberry vinaigrette, but the kind that's way too sweet. It's more like a syrup.
Yes. Or it's like incredibly, it's not even like it's like some cream based one that's not ranch and like not a blue cheese dressing. It's some like Tilda's special sauce. Yeah, and you're like, I'm not going to touch that. That's not shelf stable.
It's not shelf stable.
Paula, what would your answer be? Let's say you're the hot new draft pick for the Phoenix Suns basketball team, and you were expecting
kind of how we're announcing it to our listeners.
I am finally a true ball handler to play with Devin Booker.
Yeah, my buddy.
What do you put on the sidelines? What's going to motivate you?
To motivate us?
Yeah.
I mean, God, this is actually really hard because I was thinking food.
Well, we're similar people.
Maybe like a really sad orphan. You know, like really like one of those like Victorian era, very dusty. Every time they cough up dust.
Sure.
Little street urchin, you know, like a sad little Victorian era street urchin.
That if he just in general, or like that they're going to put him down if you lose.
I think that if you lose, there's something bad's going to happen, or you have to like take this orphan everywhere with you.
Gotcha. And if you win, this orphan will have a supportive foster home.
Yeah, and you don't have to like engage with that sad little orphan.
Yeah, there's no guilt anymore. I think what you're hitting on here is there's really two different ways to motivate. It's either like positive motivation where it's like, here's a thing I can get, or negative motivation where it's like the carrot versus the stick, where you're like, oh God, I don't have to care for another human life.
But like, if you win, the kid's gonna go full on Daddy Warbucks like lifestyle,
Sure.
much better.
The owner of the Phoenix Suns will adopt him.
Yes. But they will still have to dress in sad little Victorian clothes.
I think the other thing that would work for me is like for every basket I made, if I could get one more episode of a show that I was binging, like I'm not allowed to watch it, but for there was some kind of motivational point system where it was like, oh, you get another episodes of Schitt's Creek if you hit this layup. I think I would play harder.
That's a good one.
And if you win, you get a full season, maybe, of a show or something like that.
I think mine would be maybe I wouldn't have to keep playing sports. Like if I won. I'd be like, you're good, girl.
It's like you've passed the presidential fitness test. And you're like, I'm done now.
Please don't. I think the only motivation I would really need is like a huge audience full of fans who count on me for their happiness. Like the idea of anyone booing me would wreck me.
Yeah, sure.
The idea that like a person on TV might say they don't like me would destroy me.
Sure.
I'm so sensitive.
Paula, what's your signature on an email? Like your standard email, there's lots of different things you can do there. We're not talking about the salutation, the like hi versus dear with whatever. Like what do you put right before your name on a standard email?
Tell me what you think I put.
I think you're either a best or a thanks kind of person.
Yeah, you read me like a book. I use best or thanks.
Yeah.
Usually if I'm feeling a little sassy, I might do best.
Interesting.
Or like, because that's like Midwestern mean, to sign something best and not love you, XOXO, thank you, exclamation point, you've saved my life. To end it with just best, that's Midwestern bullying.
Really?
Yeah. So sometimes I'll do that if I'm feeling a little sassy. Love to end with a thank you, even if I'm doing them the biggest favor. I could be like, yeah, I'll climb to the top of a mountain to plant a flag up there with your name on it to help you out. And then I'd be like, thank you.
Do you have people who you interact with on email on a regular basis who have the thanks in their name in their email signature? Like, so they don't have to write it every time? Like, it's part of the footer of the email?
Not that I've noticed. Do you have that?
I definitely have some people with that, and I think it's the most presumptuous thing. Like, I understand that signing your name at the bottom of an email is kind of pointless because, like, duh, it's from you.
Yeah.
Like, there's a from field. It's not a letter.
It's kind of, I guess it is a little similar to, signing text messages if you really think about it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the thing that really gets me is like the 2 seconds it would take for you to write the same thing that you've decided that you write every single time and just take the little bit of effort to be like, I actually wrote this. It really grinds my gears, Paula.
That is the thing. Josh, I'm worried to say that I think you're a Cheers person.
I am a Cheers person. I was a Best person because Best to me is very neutral. And then I started doing Cheers because I was like, oh, that's fun.
Okay. All right. I think email signatures are inherently like a weird thing. I wish that they had to be personalized. Like, I wish that no one else could use yours.
Oh, interesting.
And it's motto.
Oh, so you give like a short little aphorism, like a short little catchphrase that's only yours.
Yeah.
Like, the grain only grows under the sun. Josh.
Sic semper tyrannis.
Yeah, right. You've got like, no, you have to put your family crest motto at the end of it.
Under one, we are all. Paula.
Yeah.
At a previous place I worked, we had a buck wild intern.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the attitude of this intern was as if he was the CEO walking in, our boss. Like, all of us were scared of him. Turned out he was selling coke to the other interns. So, weird guy.
Coke equals confidence.
On his last day, he didn't show up. And instead, he got to our team of, it was probably what, like 25 people? It was a big company. He got 24 red roses and a note that just said in Latin, I came, I saw, I conquered.
That's what a horrible human being. Not everyone. Oh God. Oh, I mean, I'd like to think that he was.
Isn't that the most unhinged behavior you've ever heard a person do?
Yes, 100%. It's like, that's
terrified.
You know what this is? This is actually a PSA. It's an after-school special about not doing coke. This is the kind of person that you become when you do a lot of cocaine.
That is the most ominous gift that you can send a full team.
Well, it's just so. It's so disturbing on so many levels, and I'm going to outline them here for a quick moment. So, first off, the juxtaposition of a rose and a like, I done fucked y'all up, is like it's what a power play in like for no reason.
It is also such an intimate flower. Like a red rose is like what you get like your wife.
Yeah, it's a very sensual flower, just based off of not even if I know some people don't like roses, but like the connotation of roses in our culture is I absolutely want to bone you, or like, or like we've boned and you matter to me.
Yes, and 24 of them. That is a lot of red roses. Like, it's not just a dozen. That is a lot of red roses. And also at least $70.
Yeah. It's a lot of money for like, just show up on your last day, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, the terrible, like machismo, chauvinistic and misogynistic thing where like that with like negging and like that whole like the game of like you're just trying to get laid or whatever. Like I could see someone doing something absolutely unhinged like this, where like you get up to go to the bathroom after you've slept with them and they're not there anymore, and only on their pillow is a red rose and in Latin, I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's like gross and terrible. But like to do it to coworkers, it's like just a very different thing.
And I mean, I was probably 24 at the time. Like, I could not have been that much older than this guy, but like, we were all adults and he was not an adult. We were so terrified that whole day. Like, we were like, he's going to show up here. Like, are these poison? Like, what is going on? It was such a weird, ominous thing to happen.
Well, I'm glad that you got to spend some time with the boss baby. That's kind of cool.
That's true. What if it was like, and that's how Josh and I met? That's why we're podcast.
Oh no. Ugh, also Latin to take a Julius Caesar quote. What a D-bag.
Vici. It's such a also, it's like you didn't conquer anything. You did like data entry for 3 months.
Yeah, it's also like take the most obvious quote. It's almost like it's been like, oh, let me you know, I have a phrase that's really helped me over the years. And it's like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You know what I mean? It's like you're choosing the most obvious, or it's like, yeah, maybe. Well, you know, I don't know if you've heard of this little play, Romeo and Juliet. It's by this guy. You probably haven't heard of him, William Shakespeare.
What a wild thing to say about a corporate internship over a summer. Buck wild.
Yeah. Now, Paula, can I ask a hypothetical here?
Always. Kind of. Our brand.
Yeah. I'm going to give you, why don't we give each other a couple of different hypothetical scenarios, like emails you'd have to write, and let's talk about how you sign off on them. How would you end the email?
Okay.
So the first one is you are a bridesmaid at a good friend's wedding, and a friend who you're not really friends with makes a suggestion about the bachelorette party that's just not going to be a good idea, and you need to kind of put them in the ground via this on the email chain. Yeah, you basically have sent an email being like, we're not gonna. I don't think that Christy would like that.
Yeah. I mean, myself, my genuine answer is like, I'd probably be like, so excited to see you, girl. We're gonna have so much fun. Heart, Paula. I mean, the right thing to do is, the right answer is like, thanks! !
Yeah.
But I mean, knowing me, I'd be like, you're my blood sister. I'd die for you. Let's wear matching clothes. Josh, what would you do? Okay, so you're on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
You go on Shark Tank. Okay.
As a pitch person, or am I one of the?
As a pitch, Mark Cuban signs your product.
Okay.
Okay. And you've kind of realized that you have a lot of power over Mark Cuban. Like, for whatever reason, he's scared of you. Like, he is like very intimidated by you, and you're trying to tell him that you're getting another $300,000 loan. How do you sign it?
Thanks in advance, Josh.
Such a mean thing to end an email with.
I like that every email signature in its own way, in the right context, is absolutely passive-aggressively devastating.
So passive-aggressive.
Like, imagine getting a sincerely. Like, that's probably the most neutral, formal version of, like, no one should be offended by sincerely in any way, shape, or form. But somehow when you put it in an email medium instead of as a like a physical written letter, it becomes like weird. Wow, what did I do wrong? It's like ending a text message with a period.
Very formal.
Yes.
All right, you give me one.
Okay. You've just bought off of eBay the entire box set, limited edition DVD set or Blu-ray set of The Sopranos.
Why did I buy a second?
Just go with me here, Paula. It's limited edition. It's like signed by the whole cast, and you decided to treat yourself.
Dang.
And you bought it off of eBay, and it should have been here 2 weeks ago, and it hasn't yet. And you're contacting, and this is the third email you've sent to the seller.
Oh, okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to resolving this.
Wow. Do you put a comma, or is it just a period?
This is my third unanswered email?
Yes, third unanswered email.
And they all signed it. So I'm assuming I dropped all my savings and then some.
Sure. This is an expensive purchase.
Yeah, I'm pissed, and I am signing it. Looking forward to resolving this. Looking forward to resolving this soon. Period.
Wow. Do you put Paula in there at all?
What?
Do you put the Paula after that at all, or not even a name?
I Paula after, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to resolving this soon. Period. The Paula. Ooh, I just got really scared of myself even talking about this. All right, I have one for you.
Wonderful.
All right, you are following up on your application to join a Sons of Anarchy style motorcycle gang.
Okay.
And you think that you had a really good interview. It feels like it all went well. They said, we'll get back to you this week. Now that week is now coming past. It's Tuesday. And you're kind of waiting to hear back. And you need to make plans.
Yeah. So
you have to quit your existing motorcycle gang if you join this.
Yeah. So I send another thank you that gives like I'll give you the outline of the email for a second. Like I'm like, hey, thank you, Thrasher. Thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it. I've been thinking. I can't stop thinking about our conversation. I really do think that insert thing about motorcycle maintenance here. It's really got me thinking.
The wheels should go. I really think you're right.
The wheels on the the wheels on the bike do go round and round.
Hey, Thrasher, have really been thinking about our conversation, and you're right. It would make more sense if these things had 4 wheels.
I'm eagerly awaiting the results of my application. I really think that I strongly think that would be a strong fit for the Brothers of Anarchy. And then what you should always, and this is my earnest advice of the week, is that never hide your ask in the email. Always have it be the last thing. Even if you've asked it before, make sure that the action item, the call to action, is right before your signature. So putting looking forward to hearing your thoughts and hitting the open road soon. And then and then let's ride, J-Dog.
You're very confident that you're going to get signed to this motorcycle gang.
Well, the thing is, this is the thing. Also, you don't have to apologize for wanting something. Don't apologize. Act as if you're supposed to be there. And if they say no, they say no.
I love that. That's actually great advice for life.
Yeah. Don't apologize for being good at something and wanting something. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, I would actually prefer it if you replace cheers with let's ride for all emails.
I think that's going to do it for us.
That's going to do it for us.
Thank you.
Sometimes people say cheers when they clink glasses. Isn't that wild that people used to clink glasses and now we're in a pandemic? Okay, I just had to make sure we acknowledge that.
Thank you for listening to us for another week. I think there's one more episode in the year, so we'll save all the thank yous for then. But just thank you for supporting us over this full year. Just a quick one of those. We really appreciate it. We know it's been a difficult year, and this particular time of year can be really hard for folks outside of a pandemic. I know that not everyone is going home to a family situation that's always so supportive. And in some cases, people aren't even able to go home because of the pandemic. So just wishing you all, a safe holiday season. We really appreciate you having us in your lives. And hopefully you're laughing with us and we can, spread the good kind of holiday cheer together.
Oh my gosh. I'm exhausted from all that earnestness.
Yeah.
Also, folks, thank you so much for all the support that we've gotten for No Wrong Answers, our card game. It has been overwhelming. It has been wild. We were hoping to sell 20 of these. We sold out our first printing. We have a lot of requests for other printing. So this has been really, really kind. Number one, if you're enjoying No Wrong Answers, we would love to hear your thoughts on it. We would love to hear what your favorite card is, a testimonial if you want to share one. That would be really, really helpful. So you can send that to us at Being Earnest Pod anywhere on social media, or beingearnestpod@gmail.com. Also, if you have not gotten your copy of No Wrong Answers yet, but you would still like to, the best thing to do is go to our website or go to nowronganswersgame.com and enter your name or enter your email into the wait list. We will send more information soon. But we're going to get everybody on the wait list a game. And it also helps us a lot to know how many to order.
We're not made of money, folks. Not yet, at least. And so it helps us. It helps us to plan and do pre-orders. So again, that's nowronganswersgame.com. Just throw your name on the wait list there.
Also, I think that now I've never developed a game before or a product. But if people are like, hey, why do we have to do the pre-orders? Why do we have to do all that? this is really getting into the weeds. I just thought it's interesting. We have to pay for all this stuff up front. We are not making a dime on No Wrong Answers. We made $0 on that. Like, we're not doing this for a profit. But it is very expensive to get them printed and stuff. And so Josh and I aren't running a business, so we can't get like 700 printed and then sell all those. So we appreciate you working with us. I guess we're kind of a small business.
We kind of are. We don't have an LLC yet, but maybe. I will also say, Paula, my earnest moment of the week is seeing all of these messages that people have been sending, seeing people's favorite cards, things like that. And also, I played the game for the first time. Everyone, I don't know if you're having this experience, having created this game, but I played the game for the first time, and everyone's like, "Oh, you already have your answers set and everything." I was like, "No, I have never played this. We've just sat in a spreadsheet and wrote a bunch of hypotheticals, but we didn't think about the answers."
We didn't talk about the answers. Yeah, my first time playing it was this week because we just got the printed ones in here in Chicago. And my first time playing it, we did an interview with Chicago for Real with Scott Goldstein and Shantira Jackson, which was so much fun. And that was my first time playing it. Like, I was like, well, let's hope it's fun.
Yeah, right, exactly. And doing it on air in a way that other people can watch it.
Yes.
So thank you for all of your support. It's been really fun. It's been really cool and really fun, honestly.
Yeah, it's been so fun. And we love seeing it so much.
Thank you, as always, to Ryan Cruz for our beautiful logo. She's at RB Cruiser on Instagram. And thank you to Dylan Dutch for our beautiful theme song. He's at Dylan Dutch on Twitter. And you can find him on Spotify or anywhere else where you stream music under his music project, Death Love. It's really, really good. Go ahead and stream that as soon as humanly possible.
Yes, Death Love is amazing. And he just released another single this week. So check out Death Love. Everywhere music exists.
And until next week, just remember, the Grinch is the hero we all deserve in 2020.
Woo! You're a nice one.
Mr. Grinch.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good week.
Hey, happy holidays.